Right, so this week saw the Chancellor, Richie Sunak, deliver the 2021 budget. It was one of the most anticipated budgets for years. So I've summarised some of the key points for you. So to start with, the furlough scheme, this has been extended and will run until the end of September. It had been due to close at the end of April, but that will now be phased out in a similar way to what we saw last year with the tapering. Employees will continue to receive 80% of their salary, capped at $2,500. In July, employers will need to contribute 10% of wages, and this will be capped then at $2,187.50. This will increase to 20% contribution from the employer in August and September, and the capped rate reduces to $1,875. Now, during all of this time, employers will continue to pay the associated employees' national insurance and their pension contributions. But also note the eligibility criteria will change from the 1st of May, and that will include those employed between the 20th of March 2020 up to the 2nd of March 21. So that will encompass more people than previously included. Right, the second point, the Self-Employed Income Support Scheme, or SIS, as we've kind of come to know it. A fourth grant will be available from April, and that will cover the period February, March and April. Those eligible can claim 80% of average monthly profits capped at $2,500, provided their business has had new or continuing impact from the pandemic. It's also been announced that a fifth grant will be has been confirmed, and that will cover the period May to July. However, the full 80% grant will only be available to those whose turnover has fallen 30% or more. The grants now allow 18-19 and 19-20 self-assessments as evidence of the earnings as well. So that includes an additional year. The VAT reduction for the UK's tourism and hospitality sector. The government has extended the temporary reduced rate of 5% VAT for goods and services. And that's in place now to the 30th of September 21. And then from the 1st of October through to the 31st of March 22, a 12.5% rate will apply, and then it returns back to the 20% thereafter. Business rates, the 100% business holiday rate relief in England will continue from the 1st of April until the 30th of June. The Kickstart scheme, this scheme has been given an additional boost with apprenticeship bonusing. Now the apprenticeship bonus doubled to $3,000 for every new apprentice hired between the 1st of April and the 30th of September 21. There is a new restart grant. This will start in April. These will be available in England and will be worth up to $6,000 per premises for non-essential retail business and up to $18,000 per premise for hospitality, accommodation, leisure, personal care and gym businesses. I'm sure we'll be hearing more about that shortly. There is also a new recovery loan scheme. So this will launch on the 6th of April and will be open to all businesses, including those that have already received support under the existing coronavirus guaranteed loan schemes. And it will provide lenders with a guarantee of 80% on eligible loans between 25,000 and 10 million. Then moving on to personal tax allowances. The income tax personal allowance will rise as planned to $12,570 from April 21, but it will remain at this level until April 26. The income tax at the higher rate threshold will rise as planned to $50,270 from April 21, but again, that will remain in place until April 26. It has been confirmed that national minimum wage will increase from the 6th of April this year, and that will increase to £8.91. Universal credits, the uplift of £20 per week will continue for another further 6 months. And in addition, working tax credit claimants will get equivalent support again for the same 6-month period. Corporation tax. The rate of corporation tax will increase from April 23 to 25% on profits over 250,000. However, the rate for small profits under 50,000 will remain at 19%, and there'll be relief for businesses with profits under 25,000, so they will pay less than the main rate. I think this is relatively fair, as it does target those that have done well in the pandemic, as you can claim back losses for the previous 3 years. Stamp duty land tax. The current stamp duty holiday in England and Northern Ireland will be extended until the end of June. So currently it is the £500,000 nil rate band has been due to, well, that was due to end on 31st of March, but that will now continue until the end of June. Then from the 1st of July to the 30th of September, the nil rate band will be reduced to 250 before it returns to the usual 125,000. And along with this, there's a new mortgage scheme to help buyers with a low deposit that will be launched in April. And many of the major lenders say that they will offer 5% rates on that too. In some minor points, the contactless payment scheme will rise to £100. That's up from £45 and officially took effect on Wednesday, although in practice it may take longer for retailers to implement the increase. And on duty, alcohol and fuel duty will be frozen. This is the second year in a row for alcohol duty, but the fuel duty now has been frozen for over a decade. In summary, the Chancellor acknowledged that the amount the government has borrowed is matched only by the borrowing in the last 2 world wars. In total, the amount of fiscal support the government has given since the start of the pandemic comes in at £407 billion. And that will have to be paid for with tax rises. But for now, it seems his focus is on helping the economy to recover. So that's all from me for now.